What it do, KTTeeV? This is KT, and I'm coming at you live with another episode of the Daily K Podcast. And on today's episode, we have all the way from Phoenix, Arizona, Dr. Wish from Core Purpose Consulting Group. How you doing today, Doc?
Hi, good morning, everybody. Kendrick, how are you?
I won't complain. Thank you for taking some time out, man, so that we can kind of get this word out on how we're going virtual to still create those healthy schools, even online. So,
Thank you for having me, and to all your listeners out there, thanks for listening, and I look forward to your show.
yes, sir. So, Doc, jumping right into things, can you give me a little bit of background about you and your roles in education?
Well, gosh, you're kind, Kendrick. My background is the K-8 institutions, and then finished up in the secondary avenues. I started as a physical education teacher for 10 years at the different levels, middle school and high school, and then 2012-13, I was the Arizona Teacher of the Year and the Shape America Teacher of the Year for all PE teachers. And then a few colleges came around and said, hey, what are you doing at your school? And it was a low-income middle school, and we went from a D to a B plus in a 2-year time period, Kendrick, and something clicked at that point. And I knew that was my why, my passion. And I signed on at Arizona State University as a professor there, and I designed the healthy curriculum course for ASU. And over a 5-year time period, we were able to reach about 500 student teachers every semester. And then they would go deploy to the different schools and implement the healthy school initiatives. 3 years ago, we decided that we would like to take this on a national level. So we started working with state departments, education, agriculture, health departments, to try to get more districts and schools aware of what a healthy school culture looks like. And it really just stuck with me. And here we are today. So 18 years in education, and now we're stuck in one of the most significant crises I've ever been a part of, and the health and wellness of our students seems to be the forefront of it. So I'm excited when we overcome this adversity that we'll be able to demonstrate that, I think, and really hit home on what that whole school, whole child, whole community aspect looks like, and what that healthy culture looks like at your school and right now in your own home learning environment, Kendrick. So.
And as we talk about well-being, how have you and your family been during this time?
Well, I have two great daughters. They keep me young, Kendrick, and it's almost game. The game hasn't changed for them. It's very surreal. I feel like maybe the adults are pressing a little bit more, and the kids seem not to be as affected. But then the virtual classrooms start hitting, and then the realization that there's no sports to be played. And then you could start to see the transformation of, okay, what do we have to do to maintain a routine for them? And I think that's really what made the largest impact, and that healthy culture, no matter where you're at, is the most important thing for these kids right now. That's social emotional climate, that's their physical activity, it's nutrition, and everybody's home looks a little different, and how that gets displayed. And I just found that routine, establishing that healthy routine was the best thing for them. So that's kind of what we're fighting right now.
When you say healthy, I know the first thing people think of is weight loss or exercise, but you're speaking overall health and wellness. So could you explain a little bit more about what the healthy curriculum covers?
Kendrick, that's a great question. I do hear that a lot. And what I love what I love to explore with people is, if you think about what it takes to build a whole child from his toes or her toes to the top of her head or his head, that's really what we're talking about. Not just from the neck up, not just a test score. We think about social emotional climate. We think about physical activity. We think about what a healthy classroom or a healthy home learning environment looks like. We think about what their healthy leadership looks like. We think about what their community culture looks like. What is their community telling them? What are they doing with their community to build that approach? What does different types of learning, especially in this virtual time, can the students be moving or learning different health topics embedded into their curriculum, no matter what age they're at? Nutrition, equity, these are all items that make up the whole child. When you think about, if we're going to create the most successful student we can, home learning or brick and mortar, we have to connect with that whole child. And as such, if you guys haven't seen it, the CDC released a series of videos last year to every school in the country, and it's called the Whole School, Whole Child, Whole Community, otherwise known as the WISC model. And that WISC model, those videos were actually Dr. Lineberry that I spoke of earlier. He's the featured administrator in those videos. So having that endorsement has been huge to be able to help people understand that that healthy concept that you mentioned just isn't about, going and lifting a weight or hitting recess. It's everything combined. It's really fun to talk about.
As we look at going into homes, I know the first part, like you said, was setting up the students. They're getting out to the schools. How have you changed up your model to roll with the times of virtual learning?
Our initial book that we launched, called The Ultimate Guide to Healthy School Design and Implementation, in November, hit about 52 districts in 5 different states in a very quick time period, Kendrick. And when this all hit, this hit us, I believe, in mid to late March. And we had talked to the authors that are a part of it, and they're all national experts in their own expertise of that healthy school concepts that we talked about. And then we met some new authors that had some really nice insight, you being one of them. So your section on building a healthy community has been a huge asset to the guide, and I first wanted to thank you for that opportunity to join forces, but also look at that as that's the shift we were talking about, going from brick and mortar to now a home learning environment. We had to look at, okay, what is actually happening in the homes? What are the parents getting? What are they not getting? And how is that getting delineated to the students? Because if we don't connect with the community, if we don't connect with the social emotional climate of their learning environment, everything else fails. And that has been the most significant change. Each author delved into their section and did a new coaching strategy or a new concept that can be taken right into their home in a virtual manner. It's very connecting, it's very powerful, and it feels like, Kendrick, it feels like you have your own coach in your own living room, and that's pretty awesome.
The schools that you were consulting before, have you had a chance to contact any of those schools? And if so, how are you supporting them still?
Kendrick, there's been, we've tried not to put any pressure in any schools. We've tried to really just kind of be an outlet if they need us. And we have been contacted by a few of the districts that we were in contact with before, and the ones that had the Healthy School Guide implemented right before everything hit. And really the conversation has been, we love everything. Everything's great. We've been working through all our technical challenges with the school and reaching kids. But when we saw the Healthy Home Learning Guide, they were able to take that back, to their parents, to their communities, and use it as a backup resource for parents that needed additional assistance or really wanted to make that connection with that home learning environment. Because it could be, I'm sure everybody can agree, and having my own kids, I get it. It's challenging, and if we can keep them healthy and engaged, that really is it really is a win every day.
Yes, and to sign up for services, do I need to be a school or can I be a individual?
Our latest guide, the virtual guide called the Healthy Home Learning, the Ultimate Guide to Healthy Home Learning, is for parents, teachers, administrators, and students. We really catered it to help all four of those populations, Kendrick. And if we can help connect in any way, we will do that. And if it's something that you can't afford, we'll help scholarship for it, raise the money for you. We really want this to be something that Americans can benefit from right in their homes. And the ultimate goal, I think we could all agree, is that we can all come back from this and be as healthy as we can. And if we can show some parents some of the modeling that's happening now with the home learning guide, then it could be a great bring back to the schools when they come back in place with the brick and mortar section. So we hope those modifications can work for everyone, whether you're a parent, teacher, student, or administrator.
And so now let's say I'm one of those and I see this interview and I want to sign up. How do I get there and what does that process look like?
We can send them to our website, corepurposeconsulting.com. And from there, you'll be able to see the different links. You can see our team. You can see all the experts and authors that are with us. And there'll be a button right there that you can click on that says, hey, take me to the Healthy Home Learning Guide. And you can purchase it right online. Or, again, if you needed help financially, we have a scholarship button on there. You just click that, send us a note, and we'll get back to you within 24 hours and see if we can't help your family out, no matter what city you're in, no matter what state you're in.
And then when we talk about the virtual coaching from the teammates, can they go and specifically choose one aspect or is it the full package?
What we always suggest, that's a great question. I always feel like if you try to put everything in motion at one time, it can be very overwhelming. Just for example, if you're trying to put in social, emotional, and physical activity, and nutrition, and healthy leadership, if you're trying to do it all, it can be really overwhelming. So we suggest that you do get the full guide, so you have it downloaded on your laptop or your phone, and then you work in one of those sections at a time. You know that old theory, choose the low-hanging fruit? Yeah. What is the low-hanging fruit in your home learning environment right now? That's the first question I would ask. Do a small assessment and then start with that module.
That sounds good, man. Pacing, but like you say, still having access to everything to be able to move when you're ready. But you get the pacing.
Yeah, because it really is the foundational principle to build that healthy home learning. So if you can have that model and know what you have to build that foundation, then you can pace it at each step that works for your own home, because every home is going to look different, and we don't want to rearrange your furniture, and you probably wouldn't like what I would do to your furniture anyway, but we do want to help build that foundation, and that's key. And what I really love is each of the authors that did the virtual coaching, they each have their own way to connect with kids. And if you guys haven't seen KTTeeV's virtual coaching, Kendrick does an awesome job. There's 5 or 6 different virtual coaching opportunities that he really, really connects with kids and different leaders around the country. And that's the type of inspiration I think kids and parents need right now. And if you're watching this and you're a teacher, I'm a teacher myself, so I get it. I always feel like if I can have these types of resources, not only is going to take some things off my plate, but it's going to inspire a healthy culture. And when you put those two together, sometimes the educational advantage is significant. And it doesn't matter if you're teaching English, Kendrick, or you're teaching history, or you're fifth grade, or you're 12th grade. This connects with every curriculum, and it connects with every age group.
Yes, and that's what it's about, being able to connect and put it in, because, you know, as teachers, you know, our biggest stress is time. Oh, I got to do this. I got to do this. And so if you help building in those pieces with a little automaticity, I think everybody will win, Doc. I appreciate that. So what's next for the consulting group? What's next for you?
We're during this stage, we're joining forces with great leaders like yourself, and we're really trying to connect and inspire people and teachers, and get through this unique challenge together, and give them that mindset to stay healthy. And whether that's, you know, during the class time, your home learning environment, whether it's outside during your own recess time, we just want to really connect with that healthy mindset. And so we want to try to inspire that until we all overcome this and really connect with the home learning environments. And then when that's over, our ask for everybody that's listening today is that let's try to get and keep that momentum from the home learning objectives and healthy mindsets, and take that back to our schools, take it back to our leaders like yourself, take it back to our principals, and show them that this healthy culture is the foundation for our success. You know, healthy cultures are proven to increase student engagement. It decreases discipline. It increases test scores. It's everything that you could want, because the whole child approach really connects with kids. And if the kids are engaged, then they want to learn. And if it shows that you can move and learn at the same time, and your cognition goes through the roof, and you're moving the needle with schools from a D to a B in 2 years, if you're putting this data out there and you can see a significant change in your own child, our ask is let's bring it back to our schools, and let's turn the tables with a healthy culture.
I love it, Doc. So for one more time, can you please give them all of the contact information so they can get in touch with you guys?
Absolutely. If you go to corepurposeconsulting.com, you can connect with us on all our social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Insta. We're on all those different avenues. You can make purchases. You can connect with us. You can apply for scholarships. You can do anything you guys need. If you need something, our team would like to help. And if you guys get a second and go to where it says our team, you'll see Kendrick, you'll see other great leaders, all from different parts of the country, all with the same mission. And we're doing what's right for our parents and our teachers and our students. And we're just really shaping that healthy mindset. It's really nice to be a part of that dynamic team.
Places that everybody's from, and so it's such a good thing to bring those perspectives all to one place to help our kids and families.
Well, one day, Kendrick, we'll have to set up something. We all get back in school. Maybe we can set something up where we all take a visit to Houston and bring all the authors down and get everyone together. I think that'd be a neat deal.
Yes, I'm definitely working on setting up a few trainings and a few sessions in a few districts around the city, and so that would be something to have you guys come in, man, and we all just talk about healthy schools and healthy climates and well-being. Like I said, I want to say thank you for taking some time out, man. I know it's a lot going on, and we're hustling and bustling. So I appreciate that today, man, coming on and giving some knowledge to the audience today.
Thank you for everybody that's listening today. And if you can refer KTTeeV to a friend, it's going a long way. It's reaching homes, it's reaching classrooms, it's reaching kids, and I think that's what we're all here to do. So thank you for the inspiration and for having me on today.
Yes, sir. Thank you. This is KT for KTTeeV signing out. 100.